Hola, mio nome è Javi e io tengo 15 años.
Hola, mi nome è Ben e tengo 19 años.
Hola, meu nome é Holly. Eu tenho 24 anos.
Olá, meu nome é Gareth e tenho 21 anos.
Olá, meu nome é Ana, eu tenho 19 anos.
Olá, meu nome é Freya e eu tenho 16 anos.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead.
I think for me, the most important thing about the project was friendship, building friendship across the globe with counterparts in Brazil.
I was informed that the aims were to build up a relationship, a community link, have some kind of community exchange with the people in Brazil, to just create relationships with the community itself.
The main aim of the project was kind of almost connecting a link so that we could support the youth in both countries, but using skills from the other country.
I quite like the idea of it straight away. I don't know, it was just something different. I'd never really done anything like that before.
I joined to learn, I guess, and I did. We had some really good Portuguese classes, and learning the language was kind of quite crucial at times.
In terms of what I knew about Brazil, there wasn't much, to be fair.
It was my understanding that it was a poorer country, perhaps than England, but I honestly didn't really know much about the politics or about the people there, and I didn't have that many expectations.
And if we do know anything, it always tends to be the bad stuff, like all the drug riots and the favelas, etc.
The aim over here was to highlight some of the social problems affecting sort of citizens in another part of the world.
I think the project was hoping to establish some kind of independence. I think independence is very important for young people to understand over here, because I don't think people are that independent.
It can be quite difficult in the UK because young people tend to drift in and out of interest. So one thing that we could learn is how Brazilians do manage to attract and keep hold of the young people into the projects that they run over there. Marcus was quite keen for us to just show that we are normal people and we're not super rich and can buy everything.
I remember quite a bit from the fundraising. Like, I remember, like, some points I just thought, man, this is going to be so hard. Like, we've got so much to do. But I don't know. We always had a bit of a laugh when we did it. Really, like, especially the gig that we put on here. That was hilarious.
I acted as sound engineer with somebody else.
The actual trip itself is just a small part. The most important thing is the work before they actually go. I'm a really big fan of rugby, play a lot of it. So going over and trying to teach them rugby was something that I was very keen to do.
My favourite moment was visiting the school. I felt that I was really able to connect with the people, and I think that's where I felt I had the most impact. Looking to the future, I really hope to be able to go back and perhaps teach some English in the school.
We went to go see the judo project, and I noticed that every single young person in there was very supportive of each other. And watching the support that they had for each other made me cry, and I burst into tears, and I had to walk away and reflected on my initial English mentality, which was that I was not willing to give something a go because I didn't think I was good enough.
I just liked how open it all was. It was all really open and everyone was so friendly and happy. Like you walk past someone over here and you smile at them and they think you're a bit weird. Like, you smile at someone over there, like they'll cook you lunch.
You can live next door to somebody in the UK and never speak to them. And they seem shocked and appalled by this. People
genuinely seem to care about one another. I think what I really liked about the Way of Life was getting away from this Western rat race, which is so mundane and boring.
So we'd planned to do something one day, but on our way to go and do that, we'd be shooting off to 5 other places to do things, and then eventually, perhaps, we might go and do what we'd originally set out to do. That was a bit frustrating and took a bit of adapting to.
Waking up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then like 8 of us all battling for one shower.
The fact that you have to you dispose of toilet paper separately took a bit of getting used to.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow.
One thing that would be fantastic to try and bring back into the UK is that sense of community and everybody working together, helping out.
I already knew that I was an honest person and that I liked community spirit and community working, and that to get on, you know, everybody should be inputting and sharing, but I don't think I'd experienced it as much in England as I did in Brazil. So what I learned was that I should just do it anyway. I should just be myself and I should just promote it and instigate it sometimes in England.
In terms of my own sort of personal development, I feel more at ease communicating with people that find it difficult to speak English. So it's sort of given me a more sense of, or a greater understanding of issues affecting young people on an international level.
Like, changed my life completely, changed the way I see things. When I went over there and saw the way that they were with each other, like, everything over here just seems so petty and just like pointless, like little arguments with people. So it's quite hard to tell everybody that without sounding a bit weird. But yeah. Little things I got out of it as well, like coming back, I got home and did the dishwasher. Like, I never do the dishwasher.
We have started what will be, hopefully, a long process of friendship between the two communities. Hopefully in the future that will blossom, and hopefully we've inspired some young people and they'll have some aspirations as well as a result of the project.
Just letting them know that like we are there for them, that like people do want to help and people do care about them, as opposed to like rich people being rich and poor people being poor, and then like rich people just thinking that they're not really worth anything. Like,
Moro num país tropical, abençoado por Deus e bonito por natureza.
Mas que beleza!
Em fevereiro tem carnaval.
A lot of young people in our communities today are quite ignorant to the world around them, and having an experience like Project Brazil enables them to travel to a different country and experience a totally different culture, which is key to understanding their place or position within the wider world. Without sort of funding for this project, that wouldn't be able to happen.
To keep it sustainable, you need to have new people being recruited in and taking part. New ideas, new energy, enthusiasm. The biggest next step for the project as a whole, really, would be a visit from the Brazilian young people to come to the UK. We've already made some links over there, and to not follow those up would be wasted effort on our part, a real disappointment and letdown to the Brazilian people.
I didn't realise that it had meant so much to me before I went and until I actually got there, or until I actually got back even. People have definitely missed out on a lot by not going, or not carrying on.
Abençoado por Deus e bonito por natureza.
Mas que beleza!
Em fevereiro tem carnaval.
Tem carnaval!
Eu tenho um fusca e um violão. Sou Flamengo, tenho uma nega chamada Teresa. Sambaby, sou um menino de mentalidade mediana. Mas assim mesmo feliz da vida, pois eu não devo nada a ninguém.